Well, here we are, and isn't this scenery just absolutely gorgeous? I love flying this helicopter. I love doing these HEMS missions, and it makes it even more special when you are in scenery like this. There's our squadron dog. Yes, this is the 202 Squadron repaint from Demo Designs, originally a Sea King that was flying out of RAF Lossiemouth. If you follow the channel, you know that because I waffle on about it all the time, and I feature a lot in the live streams. Yes, we live stream as well, so do check out the recordings of those from the past, and obviously look out for them in the future. But there is our squadron dog. He is yet unnamed, and officially I'm now going to name him Aspen after this beautiful location, and he didn't mind coming with us here. He quite likes it, actually. He gets to have a bit of food out there and look at the view, and as they say, it's a dog's life. Anyway, let's bring him back in, and of course our squadron dog is brought to us courtesy of Parallel 42's Camp Out, a great little piece of software there. Okay, so he's away. So what are we going to be doing? Very quickly, we are using the High Performance Group H145 with the High Performance Group H145 Action Pack expansion, which is what enables us to fly missions. You can also fly firefighting missions and offshore, all that kind of stuff, military even. And we are using it with the Random and Anywhere mod, which is a very clever little mod. It's free, unbelievably it's free, although if you do use it, it just seems the right thing to do to drop Davy Aerosoft Andrew a donation, because he puts a huge amount of work into it, and he's just posted the latest version onto flightsim.to, link down below, and that's what we're going to be flying today. In addition to that, we have the 202 Squadron repaint by Demo Designs. As I said, beautiful piece of artwork, and it's lovely to fly a tribute to the Sea King on our H145. We've also got the Kekker's voice pack, so it gives us a more realistic voices, and also with a kind of a radio effect to them. And of course we have the M. Gonzalez H145 sound pack, just to enhance our helicopter sounds. Okay, so that's a lot of waffle about what we've got, but I know some people like to know what we're using, and that's probably quite important. Oh, the only other thing to say is I'm using Rex Atmos, and I am using the Mamo Designs power lines and solar farms, and also the ski lift pack as well. So we'll probably see some of those around, I should think, considering where we are, and you probably saw some in the introduction actually. So first of all, I am going to get everything wound up, so we will open the tablet. I've got everything open at this stage as if we've just got in. We go to Maps and Missions, we go to Mission Library. If I can get the click spot, there we go, and it's Random and Everywhere. Now, you heard me talk about Random and Anywhere. On flightsim.to it is called Random and Anywhere, but here on the tablet and also on the excellent Discord, which again I'll put a link down below. Incidentally, we've got a Dreams and Wings Discord as well, so there's a link to that too. Everywhere else it seems to be called Random and Everywhere, but on the flightsim.to page it's called Random and Anywhere, which is why I'm kind of referring to it as that, because then it's easier for you to actually find it. Anyway, so we select that, and here's the first thing that potentially you might make a mistake doing, as I have done here. I have got all these test missions here and all these bits and bobs from the past, and I haven't got the latest version. Why haven't I got the latest version? And this is absolutely critical, because what you need to do is use your Hype Operations Center to refresh your mission index. Whenever you mess about with any of this sort of stuff, that's what you need to do. Okay, so now I come back to Mission Library. I'm now also just going to refresh index here. We'll go to Random and Everywhere. And there we go. That's our latest version, and that's the one that we want to use. This here, custom mission prototype, is another thing that you can do. I'm not going to go into that here, but do check out the flightsim.to page and also the Discord for Random and Anywhere stroke Everywhere, and you can see all the details on there. But this is the one that we're going to do, and as you can see, we are now loading it up. So this is the point where we are sitting in our nice warm hut, having a mug of tea, coffee, non-alcoholic beverage of your choice, because we're on duty, and we're just waiting for the shout. And what I'm going to do is, the beauty of random and anywhere stroke everywhere is that you can take the randomness of it, which is what we're actually going to do today, and just see what it chucks at us, which is what I like doing quite a lot of the time, because then it's not pre-planned. You don't know what it's going to do, and it just ups the immersion. Or you can customize so much of it. You could choose what type of missions you want to run. You can choose distances. You can choose types of vehicle that are going to be present. There is so much in it. If you want to see more about how this thing works, then, as I say, check out the back catalogue of live streams and videos on the channels where we've done different things. But there really is a huge amount that you can do. So we are going to our initial settings. We've got 4 crew members, which is the default. I'm just going to reduce the accident maximum range down a little bit, just so that we're not doing a lot of transiting, because at the end of the day, this video, we're going to do a rescue of some sort, and we need to get into the action. Start location, we will use the user location. Now this is, if we were carrying on with missions and things, we could, for example, set it at start location, which means that when we've done our first mission, if we were going to do multiple, then the radius around which our next shout would be based on where we started, or where we are at that particular time, rather. So if we were 20 miles away at the hospital dropping off and we took a next mission, then it would be based on the center point of that radius would be on where we were parked up at the hospital. Or you can have start location, which is what it says on the tin, where we are now, or custom location. You can set it yourself. So that's just the start of the kind of stuff that you can customize. Okay, so we're going to go for single player. And at the moment it's telling us that we have got no connection to the operations center. So what we need to do for that rather is, now we start up the battery. I'll put position lights on while we're at it, and then we turn on the mission radio, which is this piece kit here. It's always important to start the mission before you turn the battery on in the helicopter. There's Frank, he's our ground crew. He's just sorting out the GPU. So a quick look down here, power up test okay, and everything else is as we would expect.
Ready for the missions?
That's our crew, here they come, brave lads.
Good morning, Frank.
Where did we get to? Yeah, so I've acknowledged that, so that's fine. Push call to connect, and we'll get our first mission. We're not going to be using the GTNXIs for this. We're going to be using the nav provided, or the nav data provided by the mission tablet. How you doing, lads?
Hi, Captain. Helicopter is ready to fly. Logbook filled and signed. Fuel tanks are almost full.
Excellent.
If you need refueling, please ask.
Worth saying, if we bumped the fuel down, then you can actually call a fuel truck as well. Again, you'll see that on some of the other videos that we've done. So here's our mission. We have got, it hasn't come through yet in terms of being able to accept it, but we've got a little preview of what it's going to, there we go, now we can accept it. Search and rescue over 2, come back.
Equipment checks. Hold on.
There we go. Chaps in the back are just doing their thing.
Due to impervious conditions of the accident site, we should evaluate to call on board expert heli-rescuers. Use the tablet to decide if we continue alone or if we take the heli-rescuers on board.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. So what it's basically saying is that we need to pick up the mountain rescue team, which I'm more than happy to do. So what have we got? We've got 1 injured waiting for information. Everything is simulated in real time. So as the situation progresses, as other other emergency services arrive. As we arrive, then we get more information over what's going on. So we've got search and rescue of 2 days missing person has been requested. Medical assistance and specialised heli rescuers may be required. Waiting information about rescue vehicles present. We don't know what's there yet. And symptoms, femur fracture. Right, search and rescue. Received position is the last known position before contact loss. So we're going to be doing some searching and rescuing, which is always the kind of stuff I like doing. It's the kind of stuff 202 Squadron did in their seekings quite a lot. Accident scene features uneven terrain and or the presence of vertical click faces. Oh, okay, so we've got new options. So this is where we are going to pick up our search and rescue specialists, and for that I'm going to use this selection here. So we can see here that the heli rescuer pickup point distance is 3.12 nautical miles. So we will select that. So we've got him, and that's going to be the first thing that we are going to be doing. Okay, so let's just wind the map out, and there we go. There's our heli rescuer over there, and then we do our search pattern here and see what we can pick up. Because the heli rescuer is actually so close to where the search pattern is, it wouldn't surprise me if we actually spot the casualty before we've got the heli rescuer. But it's always good to have local mountain rescue on board because they know what they're doing. Right, fella, so are you ready to start up? First thing we need to do is pop up to the top. So I've got the position lights on. I'm going to put the anti-collision lights on, and we will now go for start. So whichever prime switch you do first is the engine that the our co-pilot will jump out, and that's the one that we start up first. This is a feature of Random and Anywhere. There's so much cool stuff built into this. So this time, I think last time I did 1, 2, so this time we'll do 2, 1.
Preparing for engine starting sequence. 2, 1.
He's going to jump out. There he goes. We'll have a quick check of the battery. Battery's all good. And actually, let's have a quick check of... where is it?
Fire. Engine 1, fire. Engine 2,
yep.
Fire.
That's all working. There we go. Okay, so he is happy to go, and so am I. So let's start engine 1. M1 rising. TOT rising, and fuel pressure rising. All good. Indicator here showing that
GPU disconnected. Ready to go.
we had GPU, and he's now pulling it away. You see that's turned green to white. So there is, where's he gone? There's Frank taking the GPU off there.
Engine started successfully.
Good stuff.
Moving to other engine. Engine clear.
So we go for start on engine 1. M1 rising. TOT rising. And we have fuel pressure rising, oil pressure rising.
All engines started successfully.
Fantastic. Okay, and we've got down here startup test okay, so that's all good. Now we can jump up to the top. We can have transfer pumps on, prime pumps off.
Hold on. Performing leak checks.
He's going to do the leak checks. DC receipt on. Lay VCS to pilot. That's just the anti-vibration system. That's all good. And happy with that. 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 Let's have strobe on and landing lights on because we're going to start taking off. And otherwise we're good to go. I am going to turn the heating on because it's a wee bit cold. There we go, and it's not too dark, but I'm just going to get some illumination on as well. It's early morning here, so you can see the sun is rising,
Okay,
but we might get into some locations where it's a little bit dark. Okay, so as I say, we're not going to be using the GTNXI we can leave that. Right, so everything is good. We've got a good start on the engines there. Okay, so what we need to do now is just do another couple of things to get things working. So here down this section, we're not going to be using the TDS as I said, but we need to select that to MSFS as the nav source, because we're going to be using the mission driven data that's in the tablet rather than the GTNXI. So that's all good to go, and now we need to go to maps and missions, get that back, and you can see that we've got no distance information here, and for some weird quirk, I don't know if it's with the PMS as well, but certainly with the TDS GTNXI we just have to cycle the GTNXI by pressing the home button, and then we get our distance information there, so we know we're all set up. Okay, so let's engines to flight. We will. Oh, that was interesting. I put my head down and that set off the head tracking a moment. We'll quickly run up here. We'll go to pre-flight check on this system page. Just let that run through there. See here, pre-flight tests. It's just checking through all our systems. And we've got pre-flight test okay, so that's all good, and we've got weather radar off, so happy with that, no issues there. Fantastic. So let's go back to the VMS page. We can acknowledge all that. I can put my head down here and turn those back on, and we are good to go. Okay, so the wind is behind us, obstacles are a dirty great big hangar in front of us, and we've got some we've got the tower over there, we've got some barricades. So what I'm going to do is, the wind is not particularly strong where we are, so I'm going to lift. We'll do a quick hover check, then I will rotate the helicopter and we'll take off into wind, and then head off and pick up our heli rescuer. And this should be a really interesting one, because it's a because of the nature of it. I love doing search and rescue. And when you get heli rescuers in, then there's usually a bit more to do. So quick look at everything. Everything is as it should be. Happy with that. I'm going to pop the VMS page over there just for our takeoff, so I can keep an eye on the engines, and then we're good to go. Good to go. We're all right, fellas? Yep, they're all good to go. Okay. So cyclic release, cyclic trim release on. Always essential. Check. Yeah, that's all good.
We will find an ambulance not far away from accident area. They are unable to reach the site.
Okay. So potentially what that is telling us is that we could drop the
VTOS.
We could drop the casualty off with the ambulance. Okay, that's all good. Let's get on course. Beautiful scenery today. Really is lovely.
VY.
And there we go. Let's go get our heli rescuer. We'll quickly pop it onto autopilot and couple. So that means that we're now flying our nav course. To Aspen itself now. Be interested to see where we're picking up from. Quite often with where you're picking up heli rescuers,
terrain ahead.
mountain
Terrain
rescuers,
ahead.
quite
Terrain
often
ahead.
you are
Pull up.
going to just
Terrain
turn that
ahead.
off.
Pull up.
You do quite often find that it can be like a sports ground or somewhere that's a quite realistic location. Just taking the autopilot off.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
You know, quite a realistic location that you would pick the crew up from. And once you get to know an area, you kind of know what you're going to expect. But we've never done this here, so I am not entirely sure where we're going to be picking the crew up from. So let's have a look. Just do a recce of the site. You can see on the tablet there. Okay, so yeah, it looks like a sports ground. Interesting. Just looking for, it looks like we might have some autogen on where we're meant to be picking up from, and let's have a look. Just going to get a little bit lower. So yeah, it looks like the map thinks that's like a green open space, but we're not seeing it, so this could be a little bit tricky. What I'm going to have to do is normally with picking up the heli rescuers, there'd be vehicles and things on the ground, so we're not seeing that because they're probably in that building. So what I'm going to do is land on the road and see if that's close enough to be able to pick them up. In fact, if I go for that intersection, we'll see if that's big enough to pick them up, or close enough rather. Again, the wind is not very strong at all. A little bit tempted to land on the building, but sometimes that can not work out the way you expect if it's not a building that's got a hard roof on it, if you know what I mean. Trying to see if I can actually see. Yeah, no sign at all of anybody, so let's give it a try. Okay, we'll put the engines to idle. See if we can pick them up.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That means that things are happening. So there you see, there's our heli rescuer walking out, so they were in the building. Random and Anywhere is very clever. It looks at areas on a map and it figures out that's a good place to pick up from. And as I said on the map, this where that building is actually a green area. So Random and Everywhere was completely correct in choosing that location. Unfortunately, what's happened is that Asobo, it's not Asobo's fault. The way the software works is that it's planted a building where that green was. So that's the first time that's happened to me, but it does go to shows how clever Random and Anywhere is, and how sometimes the sim just gets in the way, but you have to think round it, and that's what we did. So you can see we're actually in the middle of the or we're in the search radius here. So it seems to make sense that we head off into the hills to do the start of our search. We could use the TDS GTN-XI to fly a search pattern, but when it's lumpy and bumpy ground like this, I actually prefer to hand fly it, because then you can get a bit closer and have a proper look. And the wonderful thing is my fantastic crew will also look out for me, so I can concentrate on doing the flying bit and knowing that they're also having a look. It's really, really very clever. Okay, so obstacles, buildings everywhere. Simple as that. And it's funny, when you're in the cockpit, things always seem a lot closer than they actually are. Like, for example, that building there feels like, if you look at it, it looks like we're almost tearing the roof off, but as you saw from the outside, we're kind of a safe distance from it. It's just that kind of effect you get with the camera. Right, okay, so we're all good to go. We've got no warnings. Everyone is good. I'm going to lift, do a quick hover check again, and then we can get going. And we've got plenty of power. The engines are where they should be. Good to go. Just going to slide over to the left a little bit. Quick hover check. All good. Yeah, okay. Let us get out of here. So as I say, I think it makes sense that if we head to the hills first, and then we can have a good old look. In the scenery, just gorgeous. Now I know that there is a hospital in Aspen with a helipad, so that's always a good start. Now, due to the nature of this rescue, due to the fact that we've been advised to take on heli rescue as mountain rescue, chances are this is probably going to be a winch operation, but we'll have a look. So you can see our search radius there. So we're just going to follow that. Let the guys have a look. Don't want to go too fast. And of course, by its nature, search and rescue is searching and rescuing. There's no instant fly to point A and then magically the casualty appears. You've got to search for it. And lucky we have the crew to help us do that. Let's have a look up there, does it? First one to spot gets a crate of beer. Okay, I'm going to scoot up this valley. I thought I saw something there. It's actually quite intuitive sometimes, depending on the nature of the details that we have. Sometimes there are clues, like for example if someone's fallen down a cliff, then it's obvious that you start looking around the cliffs. This one is a little bit more broad, so we literally have to just fly around, see what we can see. So what we'll do now is we will just pop over the top here, get a climb in, being careful not to overdo the engine. Keep that climb in. The speed that we're at now, we've lost the benefit of transitional lift, but this is quite a big step to get over, so I've just slowed us up a bit and put in quite a high vertical climb. We can move on now and let's have a look. So we've got some ski lifts up here. It's worth having a look there just in case the casualty might have moved in that direction. Not seeing anybody. See if there's anything that kind of stands out, but there isn't. So we'll just continue round. See just how high up we are. Again, be careful, we don't want to pick up too much speed. I'm just going to fly in this direction a little bit. I want to come back on myself, but I want to have a good view as well. So I'm just going to almost contour down to here. Let's have a look, see what we can see. I always find the crew beat me to it because I'm concentrating on doing the flying, which is kind of what our job is here, really. Just again, watch the speed. It's a great opportunity to practice your flying doing this kind of stuff, because you've got all this different terrain and you've got to put plenty of climbs in, and also managing descents, and I'm not convinced we had a good enough look at that, to be fair, so I'm going to come back. So yeah, you have to keep on top of everything, which is why it's useful that the crew are looking at the back. Now, this person has been missing for 2 days, so I think it's fair to assume that when we find them, they're not going to be in a great condition. So, just coming down lower. Good check of these trees. Make sure that we haven't missed anything. Got a ravine there. Again, which is a possibility if someone's lost. They're going to try and seek some kind of protection from the elements maybe, so it's possible they could have gone there. Also, if there's running water, it's possible they've gone there. Okay, let's continue on. Scenery really is gorgeous. I love flying in the mountains and I love doing this kind of search and rescue stuff. Keeping an eye on the engines. I've got the VMS page open. If we were going longer distance, then we'd have the other map up. But when I'm doing this kind of stuff, it's quite handy to have the VMS page open so we can keep an eye on the engines, because we're doing lots of manoeuvring, lots of really asking a lot of the engines when we're doing some steep climbs at low speeds where we haven't got transitional lift. We want to keep an eye on stuff. One of the great things about Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is that the ground is so detailed. It really adds to it, and sometimes you see something and you think, oh, could that be our casualty? So we have nothing yet.
500.
So what I'm going to do now is we've done like a loose circle. What I'm going to do now is we'll go up to the last known position, which is normally, to be honest, where I would start. But I just wanted to contour around the sides a little bit, only because statistically the casualty is never in the last known position. So I was kind of hedging my bets there a little bit, but we'll go back and have a look. I just want to see what we can see, just in case. Hello, what's that? Oh no, it's just a cable car. Cable car, ski lift thingy. Technical terms there for all you skiers. Oh, this scenery is just breathtaking. I decided to come here. Hello? No, I decided to come here after doing the Sky Raider video. If you didn't catch that, it's on the channel. Posted it a couple of days ago, and I flew from Telluride to here, and the scenery was just absolutely breathtaking. So I had to come back to do some search and rescue. The beauty of these kind of search and rescue missions is that you quite often have to work for it. You can see that this isn't a simple A to B, as I said before. We are having to put in a proper search, but it doesn't get monotonous because all the time we're practicing our flying, and that's one of the really useful ways that you can use this tool, because it's random and anywhere and everywhere. You can do this anywhere in the world you want. It gives you plenty of scope to practice your flying. Well, my spidey senses aren't working today. I am kind of targeting places that just feel like they could possibly be where our missing person might be, but it's not paying off, so we are just going to have to keep on searching and seeing what we can find. And the lads, come on, you got a case of beer in this for you. Keep looking. I'm just going to drift over here a little bit. Just crabbing over just in case. Trying not to overlap where we've already been, but sometimes it's going to be inevitable. Okay, let's have a look up here. That's the peak that we checked out before on the horizon, so now I'm going to come over this way. again. One of the interesting things,
I believe we found something.
Aha!
11 o'clock.
Okay. Case of beer for whoever that was. We have spotted our casualty.
9 o'clock.
And now all I've got to do is find it so I can know where to get an idea of what kind of
10 o'clock.
approach we're going to be doing. Obviously important.
12 o'clock. Yes, confirmed. We found our target.
Important that I get visual, and I'm not visual yet. So, but it's in this spot. Okay, so let's slow everything down. We're at high altitude, so the power is a little bit different. So I'm just going to back us up. Thanks to my crew, I have an idea of where they are, and we can see that from our cross. I want to be able to see where they are too. It's all very well having the indication from the crew, but I want to visually identify as well. Okay, so it's going to be bang on the nose. Seeing him. A little bit conscious of the wires from the cable car there, so I don't want to risk that. What I was saying before is that when you're doing this kind of stuff, it's not always obvious. You know, there's nothing necessarily relatively here that shows us what the size of a human being would be. So sometimes that makes things a bit tricky. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put her into autopilot hover mode. There we go. And it's saying that we're right over. Just checking the collective. Just backing us up now, so I'm using the hat switch on the collective to sorry, not the collective, the cyclic, to just back us up. You can see we're backing up ever so slightly, so the autopilot is kind of holding the hover, as it were, but I can use the collective cyclic hat switch just to make some minute movements, and I want to see if I can see our casualty. This is almost certainly going to be a hoist, I think. Some good hoist practice. Still not seeing a casualty though. Let's have a look. Let's pop outside a second. Okay, right. This is what I'm talking about. Can you see the casualty? I've just spotted, you can see some legs sticking out from the bushes. There you go, there's our missing hiker, totally inappropriately dressed for what she's doing, and there's us up there. So that's a tricky one to spot. No bright colours or anything. Okay, so we're going to start hoisting.
Rear crew, prepare for hoist operations.
Let's quickly
We
check
have
the
to
engines.
hoist 3 to ground.
Yeah.
Heli-rescuer will be the first to clear the area. Hoist boom extended.
Just gentle descent. I still have control over the collective, so the helicopter isn't holding an altitude.
We are too high.
That's my job, just keeping a gentle descent in, as I say.
Position is good. Hold position.
Descent.
Operator is getting hooked. Hold position.
See how close we are to those lines. But we're not actually, it's just the distortion of the camera. There's our chap going down. He's off. Line coming back up. So, what is happening now is, well, we can see him. I'm not sure if we can. Let's go down to the ground. Oh, there he is. So what he's doing at the moment is, because he's the specialist, he's the mountain rescue, heli rescuer specialist. He's on the ground, and as you can see on the tablet, it says waiting for the heli rescuer to secure the area. So he's just doing his bit first. He's the guy who knows the ground, he knows the mountains, and then once we're ready, we can start lowering down the other members of the crew, including our doctor. And that's what HEMS is all about. It's taking the expertise and the critical care of the hospital to the patient. And this simulates the time it takes to do everything. There is no instant gratification here. It is literally going to simulate the time it takes for him to do what he needs to do. And I think I've just sent someone else down. I'm sure I just saw a shadow. No, I was just imagining it. There's no one there. That's our co-pilot going down. He's a brave lad. He always likes a good excuse to dangle from the line. He's off. Okay, so we've just drifted up a little bit. So I'm just going to, in this mode, I've still got some control over the helicopter. I tend not to like to fly helicopters from the outside, but I'm just lowering the collective a bit. There we go.
Hoist is running down.
There's our third guy who's going down. So let's remember we're flying a helicopter, so quick check of everything, engines are good.
On ground. Disconnected.
No warnings there.
Hoist is running up.
Team are on the ground. We're doing our pilot thing.
Hoist is clear.
Now, if we jump over
Hook is
here,
in. Hook boom is retracted. You are free to leave hover.
so we're going to get some more information now. So we've got 66 years female. We have got a femur fracture. We have found the patient. We've got hoist messages now. We're in range for hoist operations, so that's good. So we've done that. Now, if we go, okay, so we've had an update now. What else have we got? Okay, so our doctor, who we've lowered to the ground, is saying estimated ground operation time 2 minutes. So that's not a lot of time, really. I'm quite happy to carry on hovering. If he came back and said, you know, anything longer, and it could be, depending. What's happening now is that he's actually working on the patient on the ground. This is actually simulating them working on the patient on the ground. stabilising them, getting them ready to fly on the helicopter to the hospital, but also administering any emergency aid they need to do. And 2 minutes isn't long. What I would, if it was going to be like 5-10 minutes, we'd fly off, because obviously we're burning a lot of energy while we're sitting here in a hover. But I'm quite happy to wait for them for 2 minutes. That's not too bad. Sometimes they're a little bit shorter than that as well. And then we will fly on to the hospital. So what else can we look at? If I go onto here and then go onto the medical diagnostic page, this is giving us some more information on the patient itself. So we've got patient. We haven't got a name yet. She's 66 years old. Dispatch, which is the initial message we had: a missing person has been reported 2 days ago. Status on medical arrival, we haven't been given that yet, and status. Okay, so brilliant. There you go. You see, it's changed. This is what I'm talking about. It's simulating time. This is so clever. So as our team have worked on her more, we've now got some more information from the doc. You just saw the heart rate and the oxygen saturation level appear there as they've hooked her up to that. Status on medical arrival is responsive. That's good. That means she's awake. We've got a life score of 90, which is excellent. 0 being, quite frankly, we're not required anymore. 100 being, why are you wasting the Air Force's time? There's nothing wrong with you. She's got a 90, so that's actually pretty damn good, especially considering she's been missing up here for, what was it, 2 days. Amazing. Patient assigned emergency code 4. So you can see just underneath it there's that note. Code 1, immediate risk of death. Code 2, immediate risk of serious injury. Code 3 and above, no risk to life. So code 4 is pretty good. So she's safe. We'll get her on board and we'll have her down at the hospital with a hot cup of coffee before she knows what's going on. Let's face it, if you're coming to Aspen, you're an adventurous type, and if you're up in these neck of the woods, then you know exactly what you're doing. Okay, so we've got any other messages? No, we've got ground operation completed, get back to hoist point, so that means that they're ready to go. So we're going to start hoisting now. Let's jump outside. There's our crew. They've got the patient on the stretcher now, ready to load up. So we are pretty damn close to getting her on board. Here we go. Oh, yeah, the Air Force can go under the snow. Bring the patient up. Our door opens. Hoist boom is extended. I still have... actually, no, I don't. I'm in drone mode, so I don't have control of the helicopter, but the helicopter is stable. Hook going down. There we go. Patient coming up. Jump back in the helicopter because I sense we are dropping a little bit. Okay, so choose destination. I'm going to accept the destination. We've missed that because we were outside, but one of the crew would have said they've set the hospital. I'm just arresting. We've got a little bit of a descent in there, as I said, so just arresting that. So quick check of everything. Engine's good. Everything else is fine.
Hoist on ground. Personnel is getting hooked. Hoist is running up.
Dropping again, so just adjusting the collective slightly.
Hoist is up.
Wind is negligible. Rescue guy back on now. scenery is just incredible, isn't it? Really quite stunning.
Hold position. Hoist is running down.
There we go. Get on board, matey. Okay. Need to get ready to do our flying
Is
thing.
in. Look boom is retracted. You are free to leave hover. Cabin secured. Ready to fly.
Okay, let's go. So, cyclic trim release is on and autopilot is off. And let's get moving.
20.
So we've not got far to go at all. And I'm just going to watch my speed, but also we need to lose some altitude quite quick. We are very high up, as you can see. So I'm just mindful of that. Watching the speed, putting in a descent. I'm turning away from direction away from where we're going to land because I just need to give us a bit more time to descend. Then we can do a nice approach into wind. Now, beautiful. Patient in the back there, all tucked up. There that the patient is stable, so that's good. I have a sneaky feeling, I might be wrong, I have a sneaky feeling that we are being tasked with dropping off the heli rescuer first, but we'll see. Feels a little bit, oh maybe not. I think was that where we, yeah, I think that's where we picked him up. So no, I think quite rightly we're going to the hospital first.
500.
Or maybe to an ambulance. Oh, that could be the hospital on the hill there. Let's have a look. They've got a helipad on the roof, which hopefully is landable.
Destination in sight. Medical crew.
Again, you never quite know what you're going to get. There's the helipad on the roof. I'm just going to keep the tablet open until I've verified that's where we're meant to go. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, that'll do. So let's close that now. Nice gentle approach.
operations.
That's a relief. It's a solid roof. Excellent. Okay, so we're down and now we can put engines to idle. Sometimes with rooftop helipads, you don't always get the animations of the hospital crew, but we'll have a look. So we've got my crew unloading our patients. If we were on the ground now, we would see a okay. If we were on the ground, we would see. In fact, hang on a minute. This is cheating a bit. No, it's not going to work. What would happen is, if we were on the ground, you would see the hospital crew would walk up to my crew, and they would take the patient and walk off into the hospital. But because we're on the roof, we're not going to see that. See if I can cheat and go into the building. We might see someone. No, can't bash in through there. No, okay. So yeah. Oh, there we go. That's interesting. So our guys just appeared again and put our stretcher back into the helicopter, and that's what that was about. And if I now jump in. Double checking, I feel like we are still missing someone. Well, the door is still open. Ah, okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Skip paperwork. So what's happened now, and again, if we were on the ground, you'd see the animation. Our guy would walk off with the hospital staff, and he would do the handover. You can see his image here. That's him walking off with the hospital staff. They'll do a handover. He'll talk to the doctor in the ER and say, yeah, we gave them these drugs, this was the heart rate, this is where we found them, so that that passing of information is accurate and full. We are making a video. We're not going to wait for this to happen. It simulates it. It literally simulates the time it takes to do the paperwork. So at this point, we'd close the helicopter down, we'd run off and get a cup of coffee or something, we'd come back, and we'd get going again. What I'm going to do is press skip paperwork, and our guy will appear again somewhere. Because we're on the roof again, it might suddenly kind of pop in. What he has to do is kind of appear and then walk around to the helicopter. Okay. So there's our doctor. That was our doctor back on board. Have we got any more doors open? We've got one more door open, so we're waiting for one more crew member. There he is.
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to return to home base, but we also need to drop off our chap that we've got on board. So I'm going to return to starting point. I don't want to return to the starting point because that's there, so I'm going to select the base from map, and then where has it gone? Here we go. We will, if I can zoom in on that. I'm going to select that, accept base destination. So that's all good. Back to dispatch screen. And we've got some more information there. We've got our statistics and everything. But I want to go to dispatch control page. I'm going to mark us as unavailable for dispatch, because otherwise they'll keep sending us missions, and we're good to go. I also need to drop off our mountain rescue guy, so I'm going to click on that, and then we'll just take him home as well.
HR, we are now approaching to the drop point. Thanks for the help and see you next time.
Because we're good like that. The Air Force never leaves a man stranded on a hospital with access to a nice cafeteria we'd rather take him back so he can carry on working. So let's have a look. Cover check, all good. Going to reverse away from the pad, and then if we have an engine failure we can plop back down on it. And then we need to go, it was over here, wasn't it? Drop off, matey boy.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
And you could just spend the whole day doing this. I elected to go back to base, but what you could actually do is just carry on running missions. Building there, I seem to remember. Maybe not, they all look the same, these oxygen buildings. There it is, I recognise it now. That one there, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. Almost tempted to hoist him down, but we'll do the right thing and we'll drop him off at the intersection. So it gives the locals a thrill. So we'll just come round. Kill the tablet just so I've got a better view. See, this is what I mean when I say it's all good practice. All this kind of flying that we're doing now as part of this mission is actually all good practice. And that was not clever. So we're just going to come back again. Just lost it a little bit there. There is actually a handy little mode you can set on the screen, which I will do once I've landed, because I need to focus on that. On our PFD. And it's this. We've got a hover mode, so you can actually, in a situation like that, if you want another visual reference, you can set that up. And I'll leave that on actually for what we're going to do now. Right. Let's have a look. Engines to idle.
Prepare for ground operations.
Drop off our heli rescuer. Just have to wait for the engine to wind down to a safe level.
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you are clear to start operations.
There we go. Let's open the tablet. That way. There he goes. Cheers, fella.
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
Okay. Engines to flight. As before, obstacles are lots of buildings and things. There we go. Power's good, no warnings, and we can lift. So I'm going to try and make sure we don't go any close to that building. Cover check, all good. Lift. Rotate. Engines, good. Let's go.
VTOS. VY.
It really is an incredible mod. I mean, hopefully you can kind of see all those bits and pieces, dropping off the heli rescuer, all that kind of stuff is all part of it. And Andrew, who has built this mod, is a real-world instructor on Airbus helicopters, so he has an eye for detail and also very good technical
2 nautical miles from our base.
understanding. And it's actually quite a privilege that idiots like me have the ability to jump in and do this kind of stuff with so many different scenarios, so many different parameters. As I said, you can do a random mission, which is what we just did, and it just happened to be my favorite kind of mission. Or you can customize it. If there's only a certain type of mission you want to run, you can make sure that it's only going to offer you that. You can build a mission with it, or you can say, right, well, I just want to do cardiac arrest HEMS missions, and then let it do the random selection of where it's going to be. It's just wonderful. Okay. So the wind is over there. I am not going to do an approach into wind with the building. There's our base. There's our ground crew. Tablet. Just checking there's nothing. Shouldn't be because I haven't got multiplayer on. You can see how the hover mode works there. You can just see that circle is giving us an indication of what our movement is. And this is the bit where we get told off if we've over-talked it, which is surprisingly easy to do. You always have to report that to the ground crew. Go. Okay, so we are engines to idle. Ground crew getting everything ready.
Mission accomplished. Well done.
We can transfer pumps off, strobe and landing light off. We'll have the avionics off. Turn off the DC reception there is just for the chaps in the back for their equipment that they might need. We can turn off the anti-vibration, we can turn off the pitot heat as well, and we can dim the lights, and we can turn off There we go. Turn off that. Off. Okay. Everything else is fine for the time being. Let's have a quick check of our engines. They've wound down nicely, so we can now go to engines off. We'll acknowledge all this here. That's all just telling us stuff that we kind of know. We can turn off these. Ground crew ready for us.
Landed. Crew deboard authorized.
Let's pull the rotor brake.
Hey, my perfect crew. Hi, guys.
Perfect crew. That's what we like.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Okay, so quick check of that. That's all good. Happy with that, happy with that, happy with that, happy with that, happy with that. And now we can set battery to off. Open our door. That's us getting out. That's us walking over, and this is the moment of truth.
How was the last mission? Was everything good with the helicopter?
Hi, Sarah. How are you? Helicopter is good. Fuel need to be refueled.
Don't worry, the helicopter is now in my precious hands. It will be ready to fly for the next mission.
Thank you.
There you go. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't overtalk it. Woohoo! Time to go and grab a mug of tea, a bacon sarnie, and I hope you enjoyed that. I love it. I love doing this kind of stuff. I love doing search and rescue missions, and hopefully you can see the power of this Random and Anywhere mod. It really is absolutely incredible, all the different bits and pieces that you can do, and you could literally spend all day, and no mission, no flight is going to be the same. Really is wonderful, and thanks as always to Andrew, Andrea, Davi Aerosoft, to Keckers also, because I know he works on it, and you know, everyone who is involved in making it possible for people like me to do this kind of stuff. It's brilliant. Anyway, as I say, hope you've enjoyed it. As I said at the start, we have a Discord, so if you want to come along and say hello, pop over there. But in the meantime, I hope you have a good day, and I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.